Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this budget deck guide video, I'm going to take a look at the best budget deck that you can play in Madness at the Darkmoon Faire, and rather unsurprisingly it is still Aggro Demon Hunter. Aggro Demon Hunter has been a spectacular budget deck ever since it was introduced back in Ashes of Outland, and it continues its extremely high level of performance in Madness at the Darkmoon Faire, and this is a deck that you can definitely play all the way to Legend. Overall, my early impressions of Madness at the Darkmoon Faire meta are that it's a little bit harder on budget decks. It definitely takes some getting used to, and we'll see how many budget decks I will be able to build, but at least this one is perfectly Legend capable. Aggro Demon Hunter got 3 improvements in Madness at the Darkmoon Faire. There's Dreadlord's Spite, a phenomenal weapon, Wriggling Horror, beautiful little buff card for your minions, and the Stilt Stepper, drawing a card, giving you attack. Stilt Stepper though is an epic card, so it is not actually used in this particular list, but if you want to upgrade this to a full cost list, then Stilt Stepper is the first card that you want to add. But this list is doing fine as it is. Just having these smaller minions, having your spells, having your Voracious Readers for card draw, running the Skull of Gul'dan alters the Outcast. So Skull of Gul'dan gives you a refill, gives you some immediate effect because the curve is very low, you get lots of 0 mana cards from it. Also it works really well with altars, you can sometimes use Skull of Gul'dan, save some cards for altars and then go for big altars turns. That's your one last hurrah if your initial attacks have failed. There's Beaming Sidekicks, there's Guardian Orc Merchants for those early buffs so that you can protect your Battle Fiends, you can put your Bone-Chewer Brawlers. Cult Neophytes make spellcasting a little bit more difficult, so you gain time, you gain tempo, you're able to just keep pushing through. As for the mulligans with this deck, you're looking to start on the board early, you want to play on curve. Placing a Battle Mage, Intrepid Initiate, Battle Fiend, maybe Demon Companion are the 1-drops that you're looking for. Then after that you really want to find a curve. If you can find more 1-drops, you can combine those with your hero power, it's still okay. If you find like Bone-Chewer Brawler, then maybe you can think about keeping a Sidekick or thinking about keeping an Orc Merchant. They can also be considered when you have these as your opener, so that you have some more support, but you really want to find these 1-drops first. So the main thing, if you don't have a 1-drop, you're going to look for it. If you have it, then you can see what kind of curve you can put together. Aggro Demon Hunter is very strong in the meta overall in Madness at the Darkmoon Faire, and it is really easy also to upgrade into a full cost list. The first thing that you want to do is you want to add some Stilt Steppers, so just cut the 2 copies of Umberwing from the deck, add 2 copies of Stilt Stepper, and you're already pretty good to go. Then optionally you can also cut the Frozen Shadow Weaver. The currently best lists run Lawkeeper Polkelt, so you could add Polkelt instead of the Shadow Weaver, but if you don't have Polkelt and you happen to have a Kain Sunfury around, you can also do that. Kain is also very strong and good card, so that would be it. There's usually not enough room to add both Polkelt and Kain into the deck, so you probably can't do both. But those sort of fairly minor additions and you have a full meta deck. But already this budget version is perfectly capable of taking you all the way to Legend, so you don't really have to worry about it. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also support the content that I create by joining as a member here on YouTube or joining as a subscriber on Twitch, where I live stream 6 days a week, so check down below for a link to my Twitch channel if you're interested in live streams. And now, let's go take a look at budget Aggro Demon Hunter in action. We'll give this hand a try. Yeah, Neophyte is a deck card, but it's a pretty fine deck card right now, so it's okay. Let's see about this Druid. What is full cost aggro DH? I just told you. You put in Stilt Steppers, and that's it. You're done. I would have the option to coin Shadow Weaver here, and I think that's kind of nice. If the Druid has ramp and more next turn, that's a little awkward. We'll find out soon enough. Let's give this attack. Freeze the Druid's face so Druid can't use the face to tank this. If there's an Innervate for the Overgrowth now, then that's obviously annoying. Or if there's a Wild Growth, but I still think I want the Neophyte next turn. There was the Innervate Overgrowth, that was the worst case scenario. I didn't think it was that likely. Oh well, it happened. 6 mana for the Druid next turn. 6 mana is still acceptable, right? I think 6 mana is still acceptable enough to just give that one Divine Shield and go face with these. But we'll see. They should have been on the side in case there's something really good coming. Not yet, that's good. 7 mana. How scared am I of 7 mana turn for the Druid? I think I don't want the Druid to have that turn. So let's prevent that. I need to trade with something. Is it this one that I used to trade? I suppose, yeah, that keeps most minions on the board. And these are going to the dome. And now Druid spells are more expensive. So what can Druid do with 7 mana? When they cannot cast 7 mana spells, they can't innervate, they can't bloom. Yeah, that is far, far away from saving the game for the Druid. So the Druid is dead. Rob, got another 12-win heroic duel. Awesome. Congratulations. Well, that's a surprise. It's a cube priest, maybe? I mean, it could be a cube. It totally could. That would make sense, I suppose. Double Draconic Studies means some cheap dragons. That's annoying. I think I need to give that Divine Shield now. This one wakes up. But then what? I still have the Neophyte. But what is the right moment to play the Neophyte? I hate to lose the Divine Shield from this. I don't have to though. I don't have to lose the Divine Shield. That means trading away the others, which isn't that much fun. I don't think I have enough damage to kill the priest. I don't think I will. Not looking promising, at least. There's still plenty of spells that can be used, even though they're a little bit more expensive. That's not bad either. How do I handle that? Do I just leave the Setek up? If I leave the Setek up, how does that work? It might be a risk that I need to take. We'll see what happens.
That's an upgrade, probably.
I'll trade that one away. These are going to the face. And then you get good stuff from Setek or you don't. We're about to find out. How good is your Setek stuff? I mean, Wave of Apathy is of course incredibly powerful too. But there is also a chance that Priest has whiffed these cards. It can happen. And basically I was in a position where I can't play around stuff. I have to go all in, and if Priest just doesn't have it, then the Priest will die. But there is a Wave of Apathy. Followed by randomly generated penance. Which is some of the best stuff right there.
Is it cold in the shadows?
I'm about to find out what's going to happen next. I need to push here. And see what the priest gets next. There isn't necessarily an answer again. No, I've already seen one wave of apathy too. So currently one random spell, one 1-cost spell. I don't think there are many targetable spells in hand. It doesn't look like there are. Because if there were, then more could have been played last turn, potentially. And that's a Bone Chewer Brawler from the Mind Vision.
I do love a good
Oh, that's a good one. That was annoying. Most annoying indeed. So this is the Cube Priest. I need to kill this one, right? Believe I do. Trade with these two, maybe? That seems like a plan. Get those two over there. This one goes into that one. Then it's the Reader and the Bone Chewer Brawler. And these are going to the Dome. And grab 3 cards. I find Altruis. I haven't found a Skull, but I did find an Altruis. It's still anybody's game. Does the priest find more targetable cards? And if they find like a Psyche Split, Psyche Splitting the Setek, it just isn't enough. Palm Reading can be good though. That could potentially... well, it can't give Soul Mirror for this turn. It might give a targetable spell. It gave a targetable spell. Excellent for the priest. One random spell. Is it a good one? It better be a good one. Okay, that's still perfectly fine. That could give the priest an Altruis, which could be a problem. Well, not this turn though. Another Devout Pupil. That was tough. So if I play my Altruis now, there's 3 damage in the Altruis. And I need to play the Altruis now. So I'll still need another... I'll still need some more damage to that one. This has got to be the Altruis turn, then I can draw more with the Reader. And with Priest out of Taunt minions, possibly. That might help. Priest might have gotten an Altruis too, though. There's a big Demon Companion. I would want anything but the Taunt. I get something that is not the Taunt. That's good. Another 2 damage, that's 3 damage. And this goes over... well, I can just... might as well play the sidekick here. Sidekick on the Altruis, and then the Battle Fiend. And this one goes over there, and this one goes over there. And these are going to the Dome. So we get the priest down to 2 health. And I get another 3 cards. Okay. And now the priest has lost both Devout Pupils at this point. The Homunculus, well, even if Homunculus could be played, it couldn't be used very easily. So, if priest can't find more Taunt minions... does cubing help the priest? Randomly generated Radiance is good, but there still needs to be more than that. So that card is not Altruis. If it was Altruis, it would have been played. Dead Priest. Exactly as it's meant to happen. Well, that was the Cube Priest then. Oh, not achievement hunting. No, that's not possible. That's not possible either. Because the achievements require you to have cards in order to get XP. I don't have the cards to do any of the achievements, probably. At least most of them.
Let me work my magic.
I'll buff that up, maybe it can find something. A couple of 2 health minions, a 4 health minion. Coin Anchor could happen. I think I'll take the 1-drops here. Just put them on the board. No spells, so I can't buff up the attack of the initiate. But I just need... Now Bladestone became even worse. Is there a budget that you would make with Yashurash? I've got him as a free legendary. I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't really be a budget deck if it had Yashurash, but I'm uncertain overall. A little bit stuck here, but let's see. Let's kill that one off. There's potentially Coin Brawl coming. Probably Coin Brawl coming, but I don't think I can afford to play around it right now. Just a Sword Eater. Why would you hit into that one? That's weird. I'm always playing the Wriggling Horror here. Do I push 3 into that, 1 into that? A bunch of 1 healths. So many 1 health minions, but I think that's still the best way to do this. Wriggling Horror here. Use these to kill the taunt minion. And use the rest to push face. Don't think there's a better way. Because now I have only 2 health minions, so if the warrior has a risk skipper, they have the risk skipper. If they have the Almsmith too, they have the Almsmith too. That's tough. Not very easily anyway. Yep, I can't handle the Almsmith. I still need to play the Skull here. Almsmith can give so much armor. I think I have to kill it. I can't let the warrior copy it in the future either. Then it's probably going to be an Altruist turn. With the Voracious Reader, then I can refill the hand again. But that's going to give another Sword Eater and another Skipper for the warrior, which is also a problem. Oh, I can't help it. They will get the other Skipper. I just need to play it all out there.
Do you see what must be done?
I just have to play this all out there. Push face. But I don't think this will be enough. Because the other Skipper is coming now. And there will always be enough minions to play with that. There's already a Lackey in hand. Well, that was weak, so that's good at least. But that's the other Skipper still coming.
Is it cold in the shadows?
You have to read this one.
The other Skipper is still coming now, so I'm afraid this will not be enough. Warriors looking for another armor smith. I've seen one armor smith, 2 quartermasters. No shield blocks yet. There's that other armor. If the other armor smith was found together with that skipper, then that's just incredible. It's a little less so, but it's still relatively powerful. I know there's a skipper in hand. Bitten Horror goes there. I need to slice that one down. There's a skipper and there is a lackey. But if there is no armor smith, then this might still do something. We'll see. Probably not, but in theory it could. That's the skipper, right? And then there's the lackey. Is the second armor smith there? No, but the barrow was found. That's strong. That's so strong. Now I need the Skull of Gul'dan. Dreadlord's Bite isn't terrible. Just not quite strong enough either. I don't have any burst damage left. So warrior can just armor up every turn and win. Yeah, these warrior decks are almost impossible to beat. These are almost impossible. Okay, Bucks. Yeah, I'll make one real soon. And hide the Epsilon. Do you think warrior is the worst matchup for this deck? Yes, so absolutely it is. There's no question about that whatsoever.
Vengeance is mine.
I'll die to an ETC combo now. But well, I will. All the warriors seem to find all the armor generation too. I mean, there hasn't been a single warrior who would have had a bad draw so far. If I found a warrior who got a bad draw, then that might make it possible to win. But none of them have had. Everyone has had all of the armor pieces, like typically in the top half of their deck. So if they didn't find those, then of course I would win. But yes, you can do it, absolutely. But the skipper build does seem to be better. No, Menagerie Warrior is bad. No one should play it. It's just junk. Below 50% deck in Legend. My Control Warrior deck was sort of a Menagerie deck too, of course, but what is currently being called Menagerie Warrior it's terrible. Hi, DuckTag. Forward for Christmas holidays. Alright. What does this Shaman have? I think the Blazing Battle Mage opener is acceptable here. Poacher or Orc Merchant isn't that great against Shaman because of Revolve. Some lists are starting to cut Revolve because it's not performing too well in the current metagame. But there's still plenty of lists also that do still run it. Is there a price vendor in that deck? What is the meaning of this? I hit into that one so that it cannot value trade. It cannot value trade into Revolve. There's no AoE in these Shaman decks. It is going to be an Evolved Shaman. What is the card that it picked up? Okay, what is the card that it picked up now? So far so good. Obviously some evolving is going to happen in the near future. I need to Shadow Weaver next turn, I guess. This might already get revolved. But I think giving it Divine Shield right now is still the most effective way to play this. How is the stream schedule this year in Christmas? Probably... Well, how's it going to be? Probably taking like 2 or 3 days off for Christmas. That's how it's usually been. I don't want the weapon to be used next turn, right? That's what I believe anyway. So I'll freeze the Shaman now. If I trade with the Orc Merchant, I keep more 1-drops on the board. More 1-drops on the board sounds nice.
Hey, I got you, friend. Operation!
So this is how I trade. And then these are going to the dome. So now the Shaman is frozen. Weapon cannot be used this turn.
We're gonna rip you apart. Yeah, let's go.
That is a lot of small minions. And a sea giant. How about that? That was a big turn. Was it strong enough? I have this risky skipper here. That's really interesting. But that dealing 2 damage. I'm gonna start by playing the Battle Fiend, right? So this gains the buff. And this can now kill that one. This can hit into that one. I'll play the Demon Companion, or do I play the Voracious Reader first? Might as well play the Reader first. This one hits into that one. Play the Reader. I'll play the Companion. I'll play the Slice. And I'm just going to the Dome here with this now. Shaman gets to keep the 10-drop. But I get another 3 cards. So I was able to kill the entire rest of the board except for that one 10-drop. That 10-drop is not going to kill me here. What can it do? Is the big question. Taunt Totem is an excellent roll. Mogu is an excellent top deck. Are those 2 enough? Very, very interesting. So Wriggling Horror keeps this one alive when it deals the damage. 2 damage from that is what I need, right? It is exactly what I need. This one goes into that one. This one goes face. Then I'll play the Initiate. Another point of damage. Then I'll play the Dreadlord's Bite. Another point of damage. And hit face. And lo and behold, now the Shaman has lost the Mogus and the Sea Giants and all sorts of stuff like that, and the Shaman is down to 6 health. And I'm threatening lethal on the board. I also have a Skull of Gul'dan in outcast position in my hand. So what is a Shaman to do? Shaman rolls a Taunt Totem and top decks a Dread Corsair. Not bad. And manages to roll a Greybow. That was quite phenomenal. Let me see about the Skull of Gul'dan a little bit. Kill the Greybow, then there's the Ashtang Slayer that can summon another Greybow. But if it gets evolved, that's still not great. for the Shaman, so it's okay. It will get the death rattle, it's fine. This goes there. I hit there. And it's the Neophyte, Sidekick, Wriggling Horror. So, Shaman can't evolve if they want to hold on to the Grey Bows. So they can't swing with the weapon. Now weapon cannot be used if you want to keep that Grey Bow, because otherwise it's just going to be going away. Okay. So that would then be lethal. It gives the death rattle, there's only 1 damage. Perfectly acceptable. Doesn't trigger the death rattle, and instead kills the Shaman. Whew, that was a lot of evolving. That was a lot of evolving indeed. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.